The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Only one spot remaining in Conference Championship Weekend. Let's see who claims it. We're underway in the divisional round finale. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Right to the air with Smith. Going deep right away. Well, they took their shot immediately. Would have been cool if they connected, but no luck. 2nd down.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want passing game who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, it's Smith. Taken in by Noah Fant. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down. They're set up at the 35 now. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Brought down by Fred Warner. Offense up to the line fast.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 39. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Smith. Sideline, he's got it, and he gets the feet down too. They'll get 18 yards there. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down. They sure are moving in early, Brock. Here's a new set of downs at the opposing 43. Walker on 1st down. Dukes out a 1-stop. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Smith on 1st down. That one falls incomplete. Couldn't make the connection deep downfield. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it sets up 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Smith. He finds Fant. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. So 2nd down coming up. And again, it's Smith. Escapes the pocket. And he drives this forward to the 6.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
On 3rd down, Walker. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. They have it 1st and goal, an early lead available here in the postseason. It's a Seattle touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Pretty throwing here on 1st. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And this goes across midfield and into Seahawks territory. Here's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's a 49er 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's McCaffrey. Pushing for the red zone. And he's finally brought down at the 9. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. That'll do it for 1/4 of this NFC divisional round matchup. Neither side separating much so far. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. Time to get the second quarter going. The 49ers sent up inside the red zone. Going to the ground again on first. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
From the gun is Purdy. He brings it in. And he drives this forward to the 6.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, McCaffrey. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Offense in the hurry up here. They'll go. It's McCaffrey. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The 49ers finish off their opening drive. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. Point after from Pinheiro is up and good. And the 49ers respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Smith. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Smith. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. Seahawks bringing out the punt team. Christian McCaffrey on the 49ers return. And he drives this into the pouring rain. Escapes a defender. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And the 49ers will go on offense. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Purdy on 1st down. He gets a lot behind one. Deep downfield. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing them. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Tight end going in motion here. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Chased out to his right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stayed tight, and forced the throw away.
Here we go, 2nd and very long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Pretty even match in this first half. We're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Hits him on the in route. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
I know on the stat sheet, Kate, that shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the sticks.
The conversion unlikely, but the offense is going for it. 4th and 13. They're going for this. He's on the move. And they got home. Sacked him on 4th down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Now an inside give to Walker. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Now run. First give to Zach Charbonnet. And somehow he manages to get back to the line of scrimmage before going down. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. Niners countering with a 5th defensive back on this 3rd down. Now Smith. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
Myers' kick is good. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Rolling left, buying some time. He's running with it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Escapes the pocket. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And the Seahawks pick it up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's at a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
1st down, Smith to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it's going to be 2nd down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Into the hands of Walker. And he'll go out of bounds close to that 35-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Running left, here's Walker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
From the gun, Smith. Pass complete to Walker. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. The Seahawks calling for a timeout, so they're first to 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. From the red zone now. Has it down close. Touchdown, Seattle. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks make it a 10-point ball game. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Israel Abanikanda on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. They've got first and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. He'll throw it. He put everything he had into this one. This is caught inside the 15. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. And the kick is good, so they take some valuable points off that lead right at the end of this half. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Somebody is going to the NFC Championship game from this one. Let's find out who as our second half gets underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Going run again with McCaffrey. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Purdy to throw it. On target to his back. Here's Christian McCaffrey. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. They've got first down from the 31. They'll motion him out of the backfield. First down throw by Purdy. He's on the move. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
First down from the red zone. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Purdy looking to throw. Kittle brings it in. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Smith. Complete to DK Metcalf. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They go play action. Here's Smith. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. This is brought in at the 15. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt, or an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden, we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Handoff to Walker from the gun. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
First and goal. Here's Walker. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Pressure comes. Smith. It's a Seattle touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks break that tie and now lead by 7. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
We're down to 1 quarter to play in this NFC divisional round matchup. It's 49ers football, and they trail. Their playoffs hanging in the balance. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They stick with McCaffrey. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Moving in the right direction. 5 yards there, but still got a 3rd and 9 coming up.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
McCaffrey on 3rd down. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach 3rd down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight has given them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the 1st down.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that 1st down. Well done.
New set of downs for him from the 46. A give left side to McCaffrey. Works his way to the 35. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers now trailed by just a point in the fourth. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
And it's no good. What a time for a miss. That was for the tie, but instead, Brock, they continue trailing now in this fourth quarter. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. He fields it from the 8. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You're just not going to win many games in this league when you can't generate a pass rush until the fourth quarter. You needed to feel the impact from this defense earlier and more often in this game. The lack thereof, well, it's a big part of what's put them playing from behind in the final stanza of this one.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Here's Walker running right. He breaks the tackle. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. Working quickly here. Looking to throw. Escapes out to the left. Walker hauls it in. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10 now. Here's Smith. Finds Smith and Jigba. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap to Smith. That's into the hands of Franklin. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Seahawks clinging to a 1-point lead. First and 10 from the 41. And again, it's Smith. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Fits it through the middle. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Now first run of the game, Zamir White. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. San Francisco calls it second timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Catch is made in close. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. The Seahawks in a victory formation as they take a knee.
You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
2nd down. Probably going to see him kneel it again here. Charbonnet has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in, Charbonnet. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
So it's a win for the Seahawks. And they took care of business just as you'd expect a 1 seed to do. And they're going to get to stay home another week and welcome in another opponent with a conference title on the line. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks winners as we say so long from Seattle.